Welcome.
Everyone.
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
It's good to be here. It's Friday, 11 a.m. Mountain for our Awakening Spiritual Gifts show. So get your comments, your questions ready, and we'll be taking some of those questions in a little bit. So first off, let's go ahead and dive into today's daily reading. Martina, what do you say?
Let's do this. Yeah. Okay, so I looked at it just like as I was waiting for the live to hop on. I started looking at it a little bit. And if you guys are following these broadcasts, then and you've been watching the beginning of them, perhaps you've been following along with some of the energies that have been coming in. They're kind of telling a story here. So today was interesting because I saw a similar energy to what I saw earlier in the week, or was it last week, where it had, I think it was actually at the end of last week, but it was having some, for lack of better words, truth energy, and it had kind of a maroonish tone to it, like hue to it. Why are my words not working today? Hello. But anyway, it was kind of colored with like a little bit of reddish maroon, and it was just like this truth thing was coming through. But today I'm seeing a bit more of that, but instead of how it was last week, they're coming in a more precise, almost laser beam type look, which and the way that it's coming through is it's like I'm seeing it disruptions in the field. So it feels like there's some big kind of truths or some things that could be in the air that could be starting to rock our world. If you're having a hard time and you're wondering what's going on, these types of energies would definitely give you some disruption. When I call it the truth energy, it absolutely is like a collective truth, but it also is this personal truth. It's to bring up things to the surface, to heal, to clear, to acknowledge, to bring into alignment, right? It's that whole integrity thing. Like you can't have your ship with cracks in it or water will get in. So it's kind of an integrity thing for you to take a look at things and heal it up, patch up those holes. But I just want to say there's this energy that I'm seeing a bit more. It's it also has a little bit of that storm energy back that I was seeing before. So whatever this is, I would say kind of just be a little bit more gentle with yourself and just be watchful, a lot of compassion, and also not in a scary way, but just kind of brace yourselves, like strengthen yourselves to be able to handle any of these rockings that are in the air right now. The best way to do that is to just imagine, I like to imagine a tree and getting its roots. When the roots go deep and then they also go wide, it makes it so the tree can withstand the storm and the wind and it doesn't get knocked over. And then the wider and the bigger the roots are, then also the top can get bigger and it just is, it's just more fortified. So if anything, use that visual, meditate on that, imagine yourself as a tree, do all that you can to strengthen your roots. And that means like strengthen your insides, your home, your inner world, your emotions. Step out of the chaos of any storm and just put it inside, or that center, like the eye of the storm, that's more peaceful and calm and strengthening, just to be strengthened through whatever this energy is going to bring out in the world collectively and in our personal lives. So,
you know what I just thought of, Martina? One of the best ways for them to get prepped for this big storm is to interlock arms with other people who are positive and peaceful and like-minded, and also to receive some support, like some classes and information that can help them weather the storm. What do you think?
Oh yeah. In fact, that's, I mean, we've even been talking about this. There's some of the energies that we've been sharing lately that we've been seeing, but then also impressions. I think you even had like an early morning impression thing. It's like, yes, we talk about interlocking arms, and yes, we talk about community. Yes, we want to drop bombs about like the intuition gym and our membership and linking arms with us and community there. But like, this is an overlaying thing, whether it's with us or anyone else. It's really important right now to be interlocking, to strengthen each other. And because, you know, what we're doing is we're hoisting some really serious, amazing energies on the planet, and it's important to interlock with others. But of course, we would love to have you most of all to join us in the Intuition Gym.
Yeah, and now's a perfect time because prices are going to be going up on Monday at midnight. So you'll want to check that out. There's information on there. There's some frequently asked questions on there. There's 2 ways to join, different payment options. So you'll want to check that out. And whether or not, like Martina said, whether or not you join us, definitely like there's something coming. There's something coming. And just to have that emotional and spiritual support around you to get through it. So,
Yep, it's necessary for sure.
okay, so let's go to our first person to look at, and I've got here Stacy, and it's very general. She didn't really go into detail, so.
Hi, Stacy. Let's do just a general read for you today. Okay, let's see. Okay, Stacy. So one of the first things I'm seeing is a lot of energy around your eyes. It looks like perhaps you've been making some decisions. It looks like you're just gazing around, kind of pondering, but it's also very self-reflective. And then another aspect of what the energy is doing through that area in your eyes is that perhaps you're getting inspiration or you're seeing things, you're, you know, getting impressions or something, but then you're also doubting yourself. So I see a bit of that doubting energy come in, and it's as if, so I'm seeing like if you're trying to ponder and ask questions, it's like I see a path coming out, and then you're about there, but then that self-doubt energy almost takes it back and dissolves it and kind of melts away whatever that possible solution was. I feel that, and like looking at this, it looks to me and feels like sometimes the solutions are on the other side of that action. So perhaps the initial action that you're trying to decide whether or not to take, maybe that's not the final action, but it's just the one that you're supposed to take to get you to the next step. And then once you're there, you go to the next step. So many times we get a little caught up in wanting to do the right thing or make the best, make the right choice and do things like, so you're not doing it wrong. You just want to do it so right. And that's such a noble and beautiful trait and quality and desire that many of us have. But when we get too hung up in that, wanting to just make the right choice, that sometimes it just freezes us. So I would just say, trust the process, take a step, make a choice and follow the impressions that do come, and do it with confidence. The more you gain confidence in taking action and getting out there more, the more you're confident about it, then the more that those skills will grow. You'll be more sure of the decisions that you're making and the direction that you're going. All of that comes after you start taking steps. So good luck with that. I send you my best on that, because I know sometimes it can be scary to just take leaps of faith, or sometimes feel like you're stepping out into darkness and feeling if it's unknown. But embrace the unknown, because on the other side of the unknown is known. That's how you know it, is to go through it. So
one of the most difficult lessons for us to learn is to embrace the unknown.
Right.
The very natural fear of uncertainty. So, yeah. The one thing you can be certain of, though, is that you're safe and held, and your higher power loves you. So let's go to the next one. Okay, so I hope I'm pronouncing this person correctly. Anna Hera. She would like to ask for a general reading, please.
Okay. Very cool name. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's look at your energy today. First of all, I just want to say thank you for commenting and even asking for that. I see some desires of your heart and the energy, and it's coming out. And then, and it feels like there's things that you're seeking, um, experiences you want to have, maybe to feel loved, feel seen. Um, yeah, see, like, you know that someone sees you and feels you. And then some of your energy, I can see that it kind of flips back inward a little bit, where I that perhaps there are a lot of times that you actually have felt unseen, and that maybe you're feeling a little bit alone, or that you're inside, like almost like looking at, like you're inside a house and you're looking outside the window and feeling like, I'm just looking out and watching all these other things, but not many people are coming into your home and connecting to you there. So, first of all, just to send you love on that. And I can see the desires there. But it just does, it feels like you've got a lot going on in your personality and in your mind and in your heart. And it just is really just withheld in your own world and your own sphere right now. Some of that could be that maybe there's just been some relationships that haven't been the safest for you to come out and show all of that. So if that's the case, just know that just because maybe one person, or even a few, maybe there's even some childhood or some family trends there that have made you think that you're more alone inside there, but you're really not. There are other people. There's always the other side. You can always go up, and you can always feel around you. And then, in the physical world, though, when that's not enough too, sometimes it's a matter of doing the scary things and branching out and reaching out to others, and just trusting that there are those out there that can handle all of you and that would love to get to know all of you. And I'm seeing some hands being held. Hold on one second. Let me just discern what this is really fast. I don't know if you're a mother or you have children. But I'm seeing just kind of this longing, and I'm seeing kind of like you holding hands with someone that you love there. And it helps, but I can also see that there's something that's just feeling maybe a little bit worried, or feeling a little heavy in the heart around that relationship. But anyway, see if there's anything else on there. Your energy is really interesting because it feels like it's telling me a story. I mean, everyone's energy tells me a story because I just watch it move and I do that. But yours, I see almost like words. So it's like I'm hearing you talk. And perhaps even when you talk, it's a little bit more methodical and like, here, let me tell you the details of what's going on. But that's like what your energy is doing. It's like just wanting to tell me all of these little details there. And it just feels like it just wants to reach out and connect with others. So I feel it and I see you, and I just want to tell you I love you. I don't even know you yet, but I can tell you I love you. Like looking, like getting a glimpse at people's energy is, I call it almost a sacred experience, because everyone is so unique and bright and beautiful. And like when I look at like the energies of your heart, they're very kind doesn't do it. It's very soft, it's very compassionate, it's very loving. It's desiring peace and harmony, and that and so it's a little difficult for the heart when there's not harmony and peace there. But your heart and your gifts and your light is very vibrant and very beautiful. And even times that you don't feel seen or feel like you're adding a lot of value to this world or to people or to situations, just know that you are. You don't have to do anything more than just being yourself. And just by being yourself, you are actually contributing a great deal. Like your light is important, and like you being here, it's blessing all of us by you being in this space. So anyway, I hope that helps to remind you of that, and sending lots and lots of love.
Yes, for sure. And even little things like commenting here in the comments, like you gave permission to other people to also do the same thing. So just going along with what she was saying. All right, next person. And also please let us know how that resonated in the comments if you can. Okay, here's the next one. Angie, I've been having the hardest time falling asleep. I'm feeling rested. I've been having a hard time for a long while. Can you look into my sleeping?
Sure. Hi, Angie. I don't think I've done one for you before. Welcome. Hey, Angie, let's look at your sleeping. Okay, first of all, I see, like, when I'm looking at the sleeping energy, I just see your eyes like almost REM type speeding of the eyes, but just in the energy. It's like, I can't settle it down. There's a little exercise that I do at night to help me file away things in my brain. First of all, whatever you like habits you could create to create some kind of nighttime routine. Perhaps, empty your brain on a journal, on a piece of paper. Maybe start nighttime routine a little earlier, dim the lights. Light is super important. Dim the lights, do some essential oils, listen to music, whatever it is. Like, I would start a little bit of a routine ahead of time. That might help. But what I do actually, like if I lay down and I'm trying to get to sleep and I feel a similar energy to what I'm seeing in you, is it's like a rapid eye type technique. But I'll find a place, I'll look around with my eyes, like my physical eyes, I'll move them and I'll like go up and then to the side. And whenever I turn my eyes a certain direction, I feel them do a little bit of a vibration and they kind of twitch. And I hold it there until the twitch goes away. And then I'll go somewhere else. And I'll just literally go all the way around until I no longer find spots that just are shaking. It's just like, oh. And then once it's gone, it's gone. And that can help kind of file and kind of settle the brain down. It's just kind of a trick with your eyes and the brain. So I feel like that could be really important. Also, to something with breathing, to remind you to breathe throughout the day. I'm gathering that you've been experiencing that you've had some stress, and your system is living like it's stuck in like the fight or flight, right? We've got our parasympathetic and our sympathetic nervous systems. One is the fight and flight, and the other is for like our rest and digest and like, so healing. And so you're kind of stuck in on the whole fight or flight because it's just stress. And so like anything you can do to kind of shut some of that off. Breathing is one of my favorite things to do there. So I would recommend some breathing protocols all through the day. If you've ever been scared or chased by a dog or something, and you start getting really shallow breath and you're kind of running. And then as soon as you're done with that, let's say you're getting chased by a dog and you also make it to your yard and you're like, I'm safe. Okay. That's a little trick that I've learned as well, that I do a cleansing breath sometimes like that. When I feel stressed and can't breathe, I'll go, and that's basically telling my brain the threat is over. You can start relaxing now. Like it's over. So that's another little thing that you could do for the fight or flight. The other thing, the last thing that I'm kind of seeing that could be contributing to it is I would check your technology around you and see if there's any, like where's the router in your house, your Wi-Fi router, especially if there's 4G, if there's 5G. Like I would recommend getting something that can kind of cancel out some of those signals. I mean, it's so obvious that I have a little thing in my son's room because there's a router in there and he's got a TV and everything. And without my like the blocking things that I have there, he literally gets insomnia and anxiety and starts having heart palpitations and feels sick. And a couple nights ago, I had took that out and forgot to put it back in his room. And he's like, Mom, I'm having a hard time sleeping again. It was literally like just that. And so I would check your house and check your technology and see what you can do. Grounding mats. I've got this little emitter thing that I love and I use. But anyway, so those are the things I would start with your sleep. Let us know how that goes because I would love some feedback.
Awesome. Okay, so next we have Melissa. I would love to know how to help my son if you have time. And we do.
We do. Oh, Melissa, first and foremost, I see your beautiful mother heart and your love for him and your concern and your care for him. It feels just like a little bit of heaviness, but then also a little love and just seeking answers. And I also see that you have like a great way of, I want to help him, but I also understand he's got to learn from or he's got to go through some of his own challenges, which is really like, I think as we mature as parents and mothers, especially, we all have to get to the point where we kind of place our children on the altar, if you will, and just be like, I can't save them from everything. I just got to trust. And so I see that you've done that. You've done a lot of work with that, with just trusting and knowing that there are lessons and there are things to learn through whatever the challenges may be. So just to kind of validate your little beautiful mother's heart, what I'm going to do is I'm just looking at the energy from you to him and see what energy and what things could reach him. Because I don't have his permission, so I'm not going to dive into his energy and do like a reading publicly, but I can see what you can do that could be received by his energy for that.
She had one little follow-up question. Can you tell me what to use for that?
Mm-hmm.
My son has a hard time sleeping for years and he's got all the electronics.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've got a few things. I've got like some vibes up mats, grounding mats, stuff like that. But the thing that I actually use in his room that is the most effective, in fact, sometimes it's so effective he gets irritated because his PlayStation remote won't work very well because it blocks the signal. So he has to like align it so it won't bump into his remote signal. But and that is my Juva anion emitter. It's like the most powerful thing I have, and I love it. I wear it. There's these little wands things. So that's my favorite. If you're interested, I do have a link I can give you. And I can share how to get that. But that's my favorite. And you can also wear it. So it helps with pain, everything, anxiety, these signals, lots of things. Okay, so back to your son. Let me just look really fast on that.
And while you're doing that too, I'll mention to check out that YouTube video called The Earthing Movie. Is really good. And there's earthing mats that you can find on Amazon. In fact, I think we'll create a resource page of some of our favorite products, Martina, because
I agree.
Really good stuff for EMF and electronics.
I know. I was thinking about that. Actually, I haven't made another one, but I actually started making some. I was trying to like make some little videos on my personal page because one day I'm looking around, I'm like, I have so many amazing resources that like when I get sick, I don't get sick. It's like I start feeling it and then I get better. Or when, my kids are kind of spoiled with anything that's wrong, sore muscles, pains, whatever, they come to me and they're like, Mom, can you fix it? And they expect it to just be fixed immediately because most of the time the resources that we have can work so fast and well. And like you've got them too. I'd love to share. I can't even imagine living without them. And here there's people that don't have these and I want to.
Or don't even realize what it does, that there's solutions out there. So
yeah, for like everything. So yeah, we should totally, I don't like say shit.
You're gonna continue though with Melissa.
Yeah, I got that. So with your son, a lot of what I'm seeing with him that would be one of the most effective things is to do I like to picture it like a present that I'm putting together. It's kind of like an energetic gift. And it can include any messages that you want to tell him, or you can even talk to him. Just imagine yourself talking to his spirit. I feel like there's a lot of conversation that could be said through the spirit and also through energy. And with this gift, I just picture it literally like a present. And I put in there everything I'd like for my loved ones to have, like so that they have confidence, know that they're loved, maybe dump in some of my peace and hope and joy. And see, I just kind of like imagine pouring in all of these wonderful things and helping them to see themselves who through my eyes and, remind them of God's love and all of that. And then I just kind of like pour it in, imagine it going into a little present. And then I just imagine like delivering the present and then they can open it and feel it. But some of what to help your son with, it's interesting because it feels like, a little bit of resistance to listening to you or to even getting a lot of help from you, that is totally normal. That is like just a mother, like a child thing. Like, I want to do it myself. So it feels like doing a lot of that stuff would really be beneficial. And then also, I feel like there could be perhaps when you say your prayers and you are asking for ways to help your son, I feel like you could ask for some, like I would definitely ask to know how to help him every single day, but in prayers. But what I'm seeing, it's like it's coming up, and then when it comes down to you, you're finding ways to serve him or to help him in ways that he doesn't even recognize it. It's like if it comes straight at, it's just like it's not as received. So it's almost things you could do on the side. Oh, hey, I just got you this. Hey, I was at the store and I bought your favorite, treat, or I just got you some dinner. Would you like some? It's just stuff that like you can serve in a roundabout way and it actually helps, but it's just he doesn't, realize that it's coming at him. So
We would love to hear how that resonated, Melissa. So go ahead and let us know in the comments. The next person is Alicia, and she says her son is listening and wants to know the gifts you see for him.
Oh, Taggart, welcome.
So
This is
cute.
fun.
Yes, hi, Taggart.
That is really awesome. Okay, first of all, I see a lot of gifts in your mind and your imagination. I see a lot of buoyant energy, which is kind of like, excited. It could even be right now, some of that energy of just seeing that it's like excitement. I see some fast processing in your mind where you can kind of make connections and think pretty fast. And then the way that it comes through your mind, I see it coming out of your eyes. That's part of that good imagination. Perhaps you are good at creating things. I don't know, like, do you play Legos or Minecraft or anything like that? I feel like you could come up with some really cool ideas and then put them into the real world or make really fun creations. I see gifts in your heart, and the way that they look like in your heart is a really good desire to do good things and to make good choices and to help people and just to make the world, like, to help make the world a better place or make your family a better place and help the people that you love in your family. And then I do see gifts of just like your energy. I see that you have a bit of like an energy, like you are driven, you are passionate. I don't know if you know too much about those words, but it just feels like you just really have a lot of like excitement. That's a good word. There's a lot of excitement for things that you can do in life, and the way that it drives you and motivates you. You might even have a lot of energy in your physical body too. And when you set your mind to something, so when you focus on something and you apply that energy that you have, it's a lot of energetic, imaginative energy. But when you focus on things, you can go far and fast. So that's a good trait. It's especially good if you can really focus in on the things that are good that you're creating. So I would love to hear how that went for you, Taggart, and Alicia as a mom. Like, let us know.
We would love that. Okay, the next one is someone who wrote in, and we have Heather, and it's general.
Okay. Okay, Heather. I see like a lot of healing gifts. It's a lot of healing gifts, but a ton of this. It's like energy from your heart, but it just like instantly moves out to your hands and to your arms. So it's not just a healing gift, but it's also this ability and this knowledge and knowing of how to take care of people. I just see this embrace. It's just if you see a person who's suffering or hurting in any way, you just know how to help them. And it's not even that you even know how to help them, you just help them. It's just like you just go for it almost without even thinking about it. It comes that natural to you. And then And like I said, it does come from the heart. So it's a beautiful just gift, but it just is so connected with your heart and your arms. It's just, if I see it, feel it, it comes. And I just take action in serving others and helping them and healing and loving them. And then I would also say too that because that is such a strong gift and it comes outward so much, that there might be a little bit of a difficulty taking care of yourself in the same way. So maybe it's so easy to know what everyone else is asking for, how, what help they are requiring. But if you were to reflect on yourself and go, okay, well, what am I needing today? It's like, oh, I can't think of it. It's so easy the other direction, but for yourself, it may not be as easy. And so I would just, if anything, just set up some kind of routine or something that you can reflect and to listen to yourself, because you are just as much deserving and worthy to receive as much as you give to other people. And yeah, that's basically it. You do deserve it. And it can get a little weary at times when you just are always taking care of other people. It can be very gratifying, very, your heart can be expanded and very happy about those things. But after a long time, if you don't have that self-care really locked in and implemented, then it could lead to feeling depleted, feeling unappreciated, feeling taken for granted or taken advantage of. And so that self-care, super important to give you. In fact, perhaps self-care doesn't come naturally, but if you could even reframe it in your mind a little bit, you do a lot of self-care and take care of yourself so that you can serve at a greater capacity. Like it's like breathing. You can't keep exhaling all the time. You'll run out of air. So make sure that inhale, and the more you inhale, the more you're going to have to exhale. So keeping that balance and flow in check. So awesome.
And Alicia wrote back and said it resonates with him, and you described him perfectly, and he has such a desire to do things perfectly and be obedient. Anyway, thank you so much for that feedback. Also, Melissa's reading helped as well. So that's awesome. Okay, we have someone else, and I had to go look over in the Facebook group to see who this was. And it's Charisse, I think. I just barely just saw Shalise.
Okay.
Shalise. Mm-hmm.
I know we're using this fancy new software, but you do have to give that permission so we can see your name on our thing. Okay, so Shalise, one of the first things, hold on, I'm trying to see. Okay, one of the first things I see is a lot of energy that comes from your mouth, which tells me you like to talk. Maybe you can talk fast, you talk a lot, but then also you have gifts in that arena. So talking, speaking, sharing, teaching, all of those kind of gifts come through the mouth. It's important. You have things to say. You have a lot of expressions, and they're meant to be there. And then behind the mouth, like the talking gifts that I see, I'm seeing it move up to your eyes. And I would even say that you're probably a verbal processor. Like sometimes you've actually got to talk through things. And because the way I see the mouth energy, it goes like this, and then also it goes back into the eyes, into the mind. So it's like as you talk and verbally process, you probably understand things and see things a little bit easier and better. So I can see also some other gifts where when you take information and I see an eagerness to learn, an eagerness to explore and discuss and have all those understandings. But I'm also seeing that when it does come up and through here, it's a really beautiful gift that you have where it like locks it in. Like if you've got it and you understand something, it's locked in. And so I see it going cocoon, like it sinks in really well. And then I also see the way it sinks in like that. And then I see another thought and concept sinking in. And so it almost looks like a train track which would be another beautiful gift if you're sharing and teaching to people, because not only you've got the gift of the speaking and teaching, but then also it's this thought where it's like, okay, let me teach you this step and this step and this step and this step. And so it's really like this track, and it just helps people understand it really well, because it's kind of that line before line is a concept, and then they grasp the concept and you teach in the next concept, and you do that really well because of the way that your mind works. I see your big heart, so I see the gifts of the heart, and it's a lot of desires of the heart that is very expansive, where it's telling me that you have a desire to serve a lot of people and to really help make the world a better place and serve a lot of people. And then I do see it coming out. So out of your arm or heart and going to your arms. So you want to help them, serve them. I can see that there's something that you've been going through, or in the recent past or currently a little bit, where it feels like, yes, I want to go out and serve the world and help. And it just feels like maybe some of your efforts were kind of interrupted, or there were broken paths, or maybe you tried to do something and it didn't work. Because I'm just seeing it's like a little bit of like hiccups in the, and I don't want to say cracks, but just like in the flow of the energy, it kind of goes, oh, like I tried something and it didn't quite work. So with that, I just say, just keep your head up, keep trying. Those things, those failures and the things that you didn't think that were successful, those are just as important as any success in the world. In fact, more important, because that's when you learn the most. That's when you grow the most. So just embrace it, love it, and keep on going, because you do have valuable things to share.
Love it. Let us know, Shalise, how that resonated with you. Do we have time for one more? Or close?
Yes.
Okay, one more. Okay, lucky Andrea. What blocks are blocking me from improving my health?
Okay, Andrea. Seeing something with your heart. Looks like maybe there's some sadness. Maybe you've gone through something, a grief, like grieving something, pain, heart. I would say even perhaps some relationship strains in the past or currently, just some matters of the heart that have been, the wound is still a bit there because the heart is still hurting. I'm just looking at your body to see where it's coming out. Are you having any thyroid problems or anything? It's like I'm seeing something kind of trickle down in the stomach, but then it kind of comes back up here, like the neck and the throat and the thyroid. And I'm seeing a lot of like very loving energy that wants to serve people, but I'm feeling a depletion there. Like maybe your adrenals are really tired. You're trying to do too much for too many people. This is such a common thing, especially if you're a mother. It just feels kind of like put yourself on the back burner and you just go. You wake up in the morning and just go, and you try to do all the things for everyone else. I would also say that there's a lot of should energy going on in the head. Like, well, I should do this. I should do this. I got to take care of this person. I got to do this. I got to do this. Like there's a lot of these shoulds and have tos that are just kind of playing through your head. And so I would actually even look at some of those. In the intuition gym, we have a really awesome workout there where we kind of go through and release some of those things and some steps. But I don't have really time to go through that right now. But at least for you, you could just at least acknowledge it, look at it, and start releasing it. Like for instance, I'm just gonna give an example. Oh, I have to feed my kids dinner, or oh, I should make them a healthy dinner. Okay, but do I have to? I should, but do I have to? No, I really don't. I choose to. And some days I don't choose to. Sometimes I'm like, y'all are on your own. Grab a bowl of cereal. It's like I'm mama checked out. And so, but those shoulds and those have tos, like, oh, I really should make them dinner. I really got to make it healthy. And then if you don't, then all of a sudden it turns into shame and like, oh, I should have done that. And I didn't feed them very, very well. And now they're this and this. And then it just leads to like beating yourself up energy. So I would just kind of do a check on those shoulds and the have tos on your brain and start releasing them. And if there's something good that you want to choose, great, choose it. But if you don't do it one night, you don't have to beat yourself up, or whatever it is, or day, if you don't do it, that action. And then again, the self-care, the taking the rest, not feeling like you have to do everything for everyone, taking a step back and just letting some things drop and then letting it be okay. Because it's funny. It's like those things on the health. I'm seeing it affect adrenals, coming up thyroid, affecting that. I'm seeing your energy drain. You're probably feeling a little fatigued, tired all the time. I'm seeing it like pinning you down, trying to make you tired. I'm seeing a little bit of stomach issues. It could even start affecting your breathing, that you don't feel like you can inhale a lot of air. So it's just, it can, and then it can obviously affect any mental or emotional health. So I would start there. So good luck. Let me know.
Did message us and say that it resonated. So thank you so much for commenting. And anything you want to say to close, Martina?
Just that I love you guys. I'm so glad you're here. And then just that last minute reminder, I'm not trying to be all like pressury here, but you guys, we are closing down our grand opening prices. We've had these introductory prices for the Intuition Gym, and that is closing down. The last day you can purchase it is on Monday. It is only $22 a month right now. You get a whole training vault, tons and tons of content and material. You get weekly calls with us. We can go in deep. This community is turning into like loved ones, friends. We really like you can ask questions in there. It's just this really tight-knit group that's just really evolving, and we love it. But it's only $22 a month, or only $222 for an entire year of a membership. And you know, I've mentioned this before, but we have some really cool stuff coming up in just a few weeks that's going to be for members. And because of this up leveling, the rate will increase. And so it's got to increase. We love it. We love you all. We'd love to keep it at $22 forever, but we've got to really match some of that value with the commitment that we're giving to people here. So we invite you to join us. Like, it's fun. It's a great place.
Yeah, it's awesome. We've had a lot of people joining us, and the annual membership is definitely worth it too, because you get 2 months free and you get a lot of other bonuses as well. So if you can swing it, I definitely recommend the annual. If not, we've got the monthly. So we'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend, Monday at 11 Mountain, and be sure to share this with your friends so that they can participate and get their questions answered too. All right. See you guys later.
Love you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that's right. Bye.
Bye.